snake hands, because the falling leaf actually has a lot of things to do. He would call it the key to nature. And when we would go through it, we would go through it with all different types of hands. So we're going to start off with a basic snake hand at the beginning of the form, which is going to come in 1, 2, 3. So if we were facing this way, it would be 1, 2, 3. I'm short stepping there. They should be long steps. Now, in the patch and in the style of okinawa-te, the feet represent the tail, which means it has a lot of turning and so forth, because what you're doing is you're bumping and then offsetting his leg, bumping his leg to move him and then come in with the strike. But in the case of the falling leaf, when we're coming in with this 1, 2, 3, there's many different type of hands we could throw, because what it's based on is just coming in with 3 strikes. And if your hands were not developed, well, then what we'd use coming in with the leopard, and those 3 strikes would still be the same. But the snake, the snake is one of the ways the form could actually start out. Now that's one way, it's where we're pulling it back and forth. Another way would be, we would be using our left hand. Instead of just drawing it back, our left hand would be used as a block. So what happens here is we're here and the left hand comes in and we strike. The right hand blocks, we strike with the left. The left hand blocks, we strike with the right. So if I'm facing this way and we're coming in, it would be 1, 2, 3. Real simple. We're here, we're blocking, block, strike, block, strike, block, strike. And there's other things you could do with it, where after you block, strike, the kick comes in, block, strike, the kick comes in, the rear kick comes in, and that would represent the tail of the snake, because the snake comes from here all the way down to where it uses its tail, and there's different type of snake kicks and dragon kicks that work in with the falling leaf. So we've just done there's 3 strikes when we come in 1, 2, and 3, and then what we're doing is we're going to block openly. And we're going to keep this hand open. We're going to grab from the back of his head, and we're going to come in with the elbow. Okay? So if I come in with the elbow on this angle, now I still have him by the head, right? I'm going to come forward, throwing him over. Okay, so that's the technique. I'm still holding on to his head. I elbow him, I'm holding on to his head, I'm stepping in, and I'm throwing him over. That's why we step forward when we're doing that motion. Then we're still going to keep the hands open. This is going to be a block, this is going to be a strike, this is going to be a block, and then we're going to come here, and here comes 1, 2, and up. Now, those same hands that we're using here with the snake can also be 1, 2, and a half. And then here comes the phoenix hands. These are phoenix hands coming in. They're not sword hands, they're not spear hands, or they're not snake hands like this. It's a phoenix hand coming in, because within this form, when we were going through it, he created a small phoenix, leopard, crane form from this motion. And we'll get into that later, but the difference with his phoenix hands is he didn't use it to where the thumb is up like so. He liked to keep his thumb over the top of the finger. He called these penicillin shots. Same way he would call the python, his python penicillin shot. So as we're here, this moves, this is a block, this could be a block, this could be a block and strike, this could be a block and strike, this could be offsetting and striking from this motion here, right? So this could be the strike coming down. As we strike, here comes the next block, because you're coming up from here to here. So after you strike him, he might be throwing a kick. So here's the block coming up. Now you see, as we're blocking that, we're coming up. Then we shoot the kick, and we strike, strike. Now we're taught to strike with this part of the hand. But if you look at the 1965 issue, you'll see him in there, where he's kicking like that in the magazine, and that's from this form. It's from this piece here. So as we're here, we come up. Here's the 2 snakes. Okay, then we put some tension on it. Then after we kick, we come down. Here's 1, here's 2, and then we jump back. And we come up, we throw the salt, and we throw the sand in the person's eyes. That's the way it's supposed to be done in the form. But some of the different bunkai that can be done from there is after we've kicked, right, and we cut, we're here, we hit him to the side of the neck, we've hit him to the collarbone, we're grabbing both sides of his shoulders, we're grabbing him and we're jumping back and we're slamming him into the ground, chin first, and then we come over the back of the neck, strike into the back of the neck. Now, just from this motion here, you can spin him around, set him into a choke, and drop him. From this motion here,